afternoon and welcome to the Midday News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. I am Bhavita Gopalchan. Thank you so much for joining us. Top of the news at this time, a group of Rio Claro residents took to the streets in Cuba today, calling on government and the national gas company to replant forests and provide jobs promised after energy projects in the area. Residents say years after large sections of forests were cleared for the Cascadura project, there has been no reforestation. The residents say people who depend on the forest to hunt and to get herbal medicine are now suffering. They add there is high unemployment in the community.
It's very difficult for me to get employment right now. My house is dilapidated. I have no help. I signed up several times for grants through the government system. Nothing came through yet. And my house, it's very, very bad to live in.
And President of the Rio Claro Unemployment Association, Luis Castillo, said since 2025, under the last government, the natural gas company made commitments to restore the land, but this was never done.
We're talking about the damages NGC do to our forests and to the wildlife. They cut down so much trees. I feed in for the wildlife too. So what about the ecosystem? So they feel, well, we're a pack of fools. We don't know what we're about.
Both Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal and NGC Chairman Gerald Ramdeen have been contacted, and we are awaiting their responses. Well, with over 3,000 bushfires annually, Fire Sub-Officer Jude Rogers is cautioning the public to be careful when setting fires during the dry season. On the Morning Brew program this morning, Rogers said most of the fires are caused by what he called human interaction. He noted that Tobago accounts for 10% of all bushfires, with the northern, central and southern divisions taking the bulk of the remainder. He added that the uncontrolled fires affect not only the bushy areas around the city, but also forested areas, with some of the fires caused by slash and burn.
Is it slash and burn people still practicing in 2026?
That is one of the factors, but there's also the clear, blatant disregard for the environment, where we have persons who are literally flicking cigarette butts out of the vehicles, discarding glass bottles, which does have an impact. As you would tell, through the meteorological services, they've been advising us of the hot spells. We have temperatures in excess of 35 degrees in some instances.
Rogers used arson attacks as an example of human-involved fires that is currently engaging the attention of the fire service.
We do investigate all fires, all structural fires, and once we find evidence of that, Jason, we would put together a case and we take that evidence to the police, and then we ask the police to respond by way of criminal investigation. Because as you know, an incendiary fire or an arson fire is one that carries, especially if life is lost, it has the same significance as murder.
With the dry season ending June 30th, Rogers is urging homeowners to cut fire traces around their properties to prevent damage during the peak fire months of March and April. To news of crime now, the son of the late Sea-Lots businessman Cedric Burke is among 3 people murdered in Penal this morning. According to police reports, 17-year-old Jordan Cujo Burke, along with Ishmael Matthews and Roberto Samuel Carlos, were found dead at a house at Sunset Drive in Penal. Police reported that the 3 were found in a bedroom around 2:56 a.m. after gunshots were heard. No motive has been given for the killings. Burke's father died in 2020 from complications associated with COVID-19. Police labeled him a person of interest, supposedly involved in criminal activity in the Sea-Lots area. He, however, was never convicted of any crime and up to the time of his death had a certificate of good character. Well, students from the Tunapuna Presbyterian Primary School are the new regional champions of the 2025-2026 Young Environmental Scientist Competition. The school's Eco-Hero team beat out competitors from across the Caribbean to secure first place with a project focused on reducing single-use plastics. Trinidad and Tobago was represented in the contest, with entries also coming from 5 Rivers Secondary and St. Joseph's Convent, San Fernando. The students were praised for using science to create practical solutions for real-world environmental challenges.
Your project on reducing single-use plastics is such a brilliant example about how small changes in everyday behaviour can make a really big difference. You encourage classmates to bring their own utensils, you designed awareness posters, and you ran campaigns and you tracked data. You approached the whole thing with maturity and creativity. And you've shown that environmental action doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs willing hearts and good ideas. And you should be incredibly proud of yourselves.
Well, in the secondary school category, Five Rivers Secondary School secured both second and third place. Tunapuna Presbyterian Primary School will also receive its additional prize of a hands-on science workshop facilitated by Cavell Hilton, a Jamaican science educator, entrepreneur and chief. Let's take a short break. Sport news up ahead.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488 or visit our website to order.
Struggling with picky eating or unexplained loss of appetite, or tired of trying to gain weight with no results? Apetamin is here to help. This powerful appetite stimulant encourages healthier eating, supports weight gain, and improves BMI, perfect for both adults and children. Only Apetamin contains lysine, an essential amino acid that boosts appetite, builds muscle, supports growth, and aids calcium absorption. Take control of your appetite and reach your weight gain goals with Apetamin. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry, premier insurance coverage for less.
We are your one-stop, most convenient, most helpful, most caring community pharmacy. Our pharmaceutical services include dispensing medicines, repeat dispensing, clinical governance, but we also have a fully stocked convenience store featuring our refreshment aisle, grocery lane, personal care products, toys, pet supplies. We are most conveniently located out of the traffic, just 2 minutes off the highway in Heartland Plaza in Deba Shogunas. Contact us on 220-8705 or 470-5938 and visit us soon.
Welcome back in sport football now. Club Sando smashed 5 goals past Caledonia AIA last night to take the fight for the TT Premier Football League title to the final round of matches next weekend. Here's more from round 21.
Going into their match at the Atabolan Stadium last night, Club Sando, coached by Angus Eve, needed to avoid defeat or, better yet, come away with all 3 points as they trailed Defence Force, who thrashed the Eagles on Friday night. And within 2 minutes of kickoff, Eve's team were off and running, with national midfielder Chavones opening the scoring, stabbing into an open net. On the resumption, the Southerners turned up the tempo, with Tyrell Lee doubling the lead in the 62nd minute, showing brilliant technique with his volley. Before Shaquille Henry netted a quick brace in the 71st and 77th minutes for a 4-0 cushion. With the point secured, Karen Cornwall then added a 5th item 4 minutes into added time, a well-placed strike to bolster his team's goal difference on the table heading into the final match day. In Saturday's earlier encounter, veteran striker Kevon Showtime Woodley slotted home a penalty kick 4 minutes into injury time to earn La Hoqueta Rangers a 1-0 win over Point Fortin Civic, who ended the match with 10 men. Rajiv Surat Singh, CNC3 Sport.
To this now, Trinidad and Tobago's campaign at the World Athletics Indoor Championships in Poland concluded today with mixed results for the country's female athletes. In the field, Tyra Gittens Spotsville placed 15th in the women's long jump, producing a best effort of 6.32 meters on the final day of the competition. On the track, Leah Bertrand bowed out in the semi-finals of the women's 60 meters. Bertrand clocked 7.25 seconds to finish 8th in a heat, placing 20th overall in the event. And after his bronze medal finish in yesterday's 400-meter final, Dream Richards revealed that he didn't have initial plans to compete at the Games. That's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800 TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800 TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry, premier insurance coverage for less.
Is mealtime more of a chore than a cherished time? Does a lack of appetite keep your family, young and old, from getting the nourishment they need? Introducing Apetamin, the gentle, effective appetite stimulant designed for every age. Apetamin helps spark the natural desire to eat, turning hesitant nibbles into satisfying meals. Watch as food becomes exciting again, fueling growth, energy, and shared moments around the table. Give your body the gift of a joyful appetite. Find Apetamin in pharmacies nationwide.
You can make your goals unfold, go get it. You can live your dream, join the team, let's do this. You can get the help you need to succeed with Rand Credit Union. You can believe that you can achieve big goals, small ones too. Rand Credit Union, we've got you. No more waiting, that won't do. Make someday today. One life, so make it good. Live the way you know you should. With Rand Credit Union, yes you could. Make someday today.
Live your best life today with Rand Credit Union.
Antigua and Barbuda will be heading into a snap election that will take place within the next 3 months. While speaking on his weekly radio program on Saturday, Prime Minister Gaston Brown called on party candidates and supporters to intensify their mobilization efforts ahead of the vote. His announcement follows recent political developments that analysts say may have strengthened the Brown's political party's position. Meanwhile, political leader of the United Progressive Party, Jamal Pringle, is expected to resign following internal struggles for control within the party.
Well, the electoral provisions are such that 21 days minimum must be given, notice must be given. So the elections cannot be held in less than 21 days.
Prime Minister Brown said the elections could even be called before the 90 days. To international news now. Due to a partial government shutdown in the United States, ICE agents are expected to help TSA agents get passengers through some airports starting this week. Meanwhile, New York's LaGuardia Airport is closed after an Air Canada plane collided with a fire truck while landing on Sunday night. The pilot and co-pilot were killed and 2 people in the truck were injured. Here's more from CNN.
A deadly collision rocked New York's LaGuardia Airport late Sunday night.
At approximately 11:40 last night, Air Canada Flight 8646, operated by Jazz, collided with the Port Authority aircraft rescue and firefighting vehicle on runway 4.
The Port Authority says 72 passengers and 4 crew members were on board the Air Canada flight and 2 officers were in an emergency vehicle.
Sadly, the 2 pilots are confirmed deceased, and notifications are being made by Air Canada's care team.
According to the Port Authority, 41 people were taken to the hospital, some with serious injuries. Dozens have been treated and released. Audio from the control tower indicates the fire truck was responding to a separate incident on a United flight and was cleared to cross the landing moments before the collision.
Truck 1 Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 Company, cross 4 at Delta. Truck 1 Company, 4 at Delta. Frontier 4195, just stop there, please. Stop, truck 1, stop, truck 1, stop, truck 1, stop.
Passengers aboard the flight described the terrifying moment of impact and how they escaped.
Everybody was hunkered down and everybody was screaming. Pretty quickly, we didn't have any directions because the pilot's cabin had been kind of destroyed, so somebody said, let's get the emergency exit and get the door in, let's all jump out.
Now, Now for the weather forecast, today is expected to have mostly sunny conditions over most areas with 1 or 2 showers mainly over western and near hilly areas. Tonight will be clear and cool despite the odd shower. Seas are moderate with waves reaching 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters. The forecast high is 33 degrees Celsius in Trinidad and 31 degrees Celsius in Tobago. Well, thank you so much for joining us for a look at the day's developments so far. We love these stories and so much more coming up for you in a Midday Newscast at 7 p.m. today. Until then, have a great day.